the story behind how this movie got made is as inspirational in its own way, because the passion that was on screen was equally strong off screen in order to get this film made. I mean, it's hard to get movies made in this marketplace, in this day and age. It's very hard to get small, passionate, you know, labors of love made, no matter what the budget is.
You guys want to do one more? Or one more with Cam? We should do one with Cam. You know, that's a good idea.
We had 28 days to shoot the film, and I never knew what our final budget was, meaning that it was much more of a, where's our money, you know, every night. We don't have money to buy film. We can't pay the crew. And it became kind of a mutinous situation at times. And nothing's worse than trying to direct a crew and try to get the best out of people when they don't know if their paychecks are gonna clear, and they don't know if everything's gonna fall apart, and they're gonna be out weeks' pay, and they're gonna, you know, they'll have forsaken other jobs to stay on this one, and this one is absolutely uncertain and kind of drifting into dark water.
Start to drop to reload. Camera's gonna pan over, and right on that pan where your gun enters frame, boom, boom. I'll cue you. We'll get the time.
What happened was our loan wasn't in place, so we got through pre-production fine, 8 days into filming, everything was fine, and then all of a sudden there was no money. So that's when it really had to kick in terms of chasing down the money for the movie, and every night Diane and I would be calling and finding out, you know, where it was and where would we get the money. We didn't want the movie to break apart because we only had, you know, 20 more days to shoot, and it was just very stressful on everybody. You know, we tried to keep it from as many people as we could, but then when the crew realized the checks weren't coming on time and everything else, it made it difficult.
Marker.
Watch your ears. Frame. Action.
I mean, there was barely money to get film every day, so I was told the money didn't show up Wednesday, don't go to work Thursday, so it didn't show up, and we'd filmed about 2 weeks. I liked the director. A movie closing down like that would be devastating to his career, so we stayed on, and through lawyers and all that other garbage, months later got paid.
I felt that the foot chase on a whole was in dire need of an overhaul. So that first sequence for me needed to convey a number of things. First and foremost being velocity, and the second being brutality. These things kind of go hand in hand, that to run that hard and that fast over a great distance is exhausting, and you really pay for it. And I wanted to get that across, like what that sounds like, what that would feel like. And again, to place the audience in as much Jason Patric's character's mind and his viewpoint as possible. And it's funny because on the day we shot that, I had to throw out a number of, like a dozen camera setups that we couldn't do, just because in the winter in Toronto at 4:30 in the afternoon, it's pretty dark. You've lost most of your light. And I'm actually glad that it happened, because I think my tendency would have been to overcut that scene. And what you have on screen now is just its component parts and just everything you needed to make that scene work. And it's really stripped down to nothing. I mean, we pretty much used everything we shot.
Ow! Ow!